What's good, everyone? Back again with another video. This one's gonna be short and straightforward. This one is in preparation for the upcoming performance task, which has something to do with delivering a speech. We're gonna be talking about prosodic features. Now, what are prosodic features? First of all, what is prosody? Prosody refers to the patterns of stress and intonation in a language. When we look at prosodic features, we study the different aspects of speech that contribute to the meaning of the speech. Aspects of speech that deal with the auditory qualities of sound. For our upcoming performance task, we're only going to be focusing on 4 prosodic features: pause, intonation, volume, and tempo. First up, pause. Now, what is a pause? A pause is a temporary stop. When do we use a pause? Why should we use it? We use a pause because we want to give our listeners time to process and understand what we're saying, especially when what we're saying is important. We can also use a pause to emphasize a certain word in a group of words. Good morning, everyone. Pause. Today, I'm going to be talking about something that's very important. Pause. I'm going to be talking about how goats are evil. Next up, we have intonation. Now, what is intonation? Intonation is basically the rise and fall of speech. Now, generally in English, we have 2 kinds of intonations: the rising and the falling. And generally, we use the rising for asking questions, and for making statements, we use the falling intonation. For example, do we have class today? Rising intonation. We have class today. Falling intonation. Are we supposed to submit the task today or tomorrow? Rising intonation. We're supposed to submit our assignments tonight. Falling intonation. So again, when you ask a question, rising intonation. When you make a statement of fact, a general statement, falling intonation. Of course, there are other nuances to that, but we're not gonna get into that. Next is volume. Volume refers to the loudness or the softness of your voice. Now, when can you use this in a speech? Maybe when you feel strongly about a certain topic, or you want to express fear or anxiety or hurt. For example, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to talk to you about the goat. Did you know that goats are the most evil of all animals created by God? When you emphasize a certain emotion, you can either go loud or soft. I do not believe that we should support goats. If you want to show some kind of, intimate emotion. Today, I come to you not as a teacher, but as a human being. Char. Now, finally, we have the tempo. Now, what is the tempo? The tempo is the rate or speed of speaking. You have to consider who you're talking to, who you're giving the speech to. You have to consider your audience and think, are they going to be able to catch up with what I'm saying? Especially if what you're saying is important, you want them to be able to understand everything that you are trying to convey. Now, you can also use tempo to emphasize certain points. If you're not too sure how to use it, just consider your audience, be careful, don't overspeed, and don't underspeed. So there you have it, the 4 prosodic features. You have pause, intonation, tempo, and volume. Make sure that you put pauses in between thoughts so that your audience can catch up and understand what you're saying. Don't forget to rise and fall whenever you ask a question. You remember what I just said? Oh, you remembered what I just said. Also, you might want to play around with the volume. If you feel strongly about something, you might want to increase your volume. And if you want things to be more intimate and personal, you can also draw it back just a little bit. Finally, the tempo. Adjust as you please. Number 1 rule, consider your audience. So I expect you guys to use these 4 in the upcoming performance tasks. Got it? Get it? Good.